Across Sierra Leone, more people are asking the same question. Why buy fuel anywhere else when Cornex gives you more? Professionally trained attendants who know service matters. Cornex fuel. A litre is a litre. Every single time. And when it's time to pay, easy. Pay with mobile money, Visa or MasterCard, or the Cornex fuel card. Clean restrooms, welcoming spaces. Every station, every time. Clean fuel, clean spaces, clear value. That's why Sierra Leone fuels with Cornex. Cornex retail outlets. Always clean, always professional, always for you. Fuel smart. Visit any of our Cornex stations nationwide for your quality fuel and lubricants today. Across Sierra Leone, more people are asking the same question. Why buy fuel anywhere else when Cornex gives you more? Professionally trained attendants who know service matters. Cornex fuel. A litre is a litre. Every single time.
Do you know you can transfer money by airtime and pay all your utility bills in just a minute? You can have access to your accounts anytime, anywhere. Welcome to the world of fast and easy. GT Wall. With the GT Wall, you can transfer money from one GT Co account to another, pay utility bills, get account statements, get airtime, and check your balance. With GT Wall, you can buy extra anytime, anywhere. You can go to App Store or Play Store on your iPhone and Android devices, download the app, and enjoy. GT Co. Wouldn't you rather bank with us?
Across Sierra Leone, more people are asking the same question. Why buy fuel anywhere else when Cornex gives you more? Professionally trained attendants who know service matters. Cornex fuel. A litre is a litre. Every single time. And when it's time to pay, easy. Pay with mobile money, Visa or MasterCard, or the Cornex fuel card. Clean restrooms, welcoming spaces. Every station, every time. Clean fuel, clean spaces, clear value. That's why Sierra Leone fuels with Cornex. Cornex retail outlets. Always clean, always professional, always for you. Fuel smart. Visit any of our Cornex stations nationwide for your quality fuel and lubricants today.
Do you know you can transfer money by airtime and pay all your utility bills in just a minute? You can have access to your accounts anytime, anywhere. Welcome to the world of fast and easy. GT Wall. With the GT Wall, you can transfer money from one GTCO account to another. Pay utility bills, get account statements, get airtime, and check your balance. With GT Wall, you can buy Exa anytime, anywhere. You can go to App Store or Play Store on your iPhone and Android devices, download the app, and enjoy. GTCO. Wouldn't you rather bank with us? Do you know you can transfer money, buy airtime, and pay all your utility bills in just a minute? You can have access to your accounts anytime, anywhere. Welcome to the world of fast and easy. GT Wall. With the GT Wall, you can transfer money from one GTCO account to another. Pay utility bills, get account statements, get airtime, and check your balance. With GT Wall, you can buy Exa anytime, anywhere. You can go to App Store or Play Store on your iPhone and Android devices, download the app, and enjoy. GTCO. Wouldn't you rather bank with us?
Young people are always very daring. They are smart, they can take risk, but because we are also educating them, they can take calculated risk. And you need a lot of these people to be able to move the economy. So I was speaking on behalf of them, encouraging them not to despair, but also saying that we as government should actually open the access to finance and other things for them to be able to embark on entrepreneurship.
And I want to see, I'm not worried about the negativity because people are going to say what they want to say, but just watch my actions, you know what I mean? See, when I'm talking about Sierra Leone, what am I saying about Sierra Leone?
Show that AYV has grown more than it was the last time. I want to tell you something as AYV and also to our viewers. Any work that you do, if you work very hard and you are dedicated sincerely for the cause of the Almighty, Allah will give you growth.
Guys, my name is DJ Neptune, aka Greatness. Listen up to my people out in Sierra Leone. Today, 5 p.m., I'll be live and direct on The Hype Show with Michelle on AYV Radio, and we're going to be premiering my new single, Gaza.
Yeah, like as I mentioned, my parents, they live here. So basically, for them, I want to see them because I didn't see them for a long time. And obviously to meet them here in Salon is for me, it's even better because in England it's cold.
The end of the polls today, if we don't have major issues, then we will all thank God. You know, I'm the West African Elders Forum, and one stable West Africa.
Yeah, it's my first time here, so I'm just really excited to be around, just like spread the love and spread the music and stuff. Yeah.
When big names talk, they talk to the AYV.
From dawn to dusk, and from dusk to dawn, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days all year round. This dedicated team is here working industriously to bring you
the facts,
the analysis,
the interviews,
the news,
the views from the ordinary people. We set the agenda. We bring you seamless broadcast.
we cover the happenings.
We give you the angles on the screen.
We cover the events.
We tell the story. We produce the shows.
We commission and ensure the stories are delivered.
We bring you all actions and excitement in sports.
We get our inspiration from you because you have chosen us as the nation's most trusted voice. AYV, the home of all things.
watching AYV Television.
We're sorry from that technical break. Well, from our broadcasting house here on Wesley Street in Sierra Leone's capital, Freetown, this is Primetime News on AYV TV and radio. You're watching us on Channel 33 and listening to us on frequency modulation 101.7 and on DSTV Channel 399. I am Hani Yangsin. Let's start with tonight's headlines.
Minister of Transport and Aviation outlines plans to strengthen cooperation with Gabon.
For us, it's relevant to see how we can enlarge the port.
Minister of Communication speaks on plans to address increasing online and mobile money fraud.
When people think about these hacks, it's not a hack of your mobile number of itself. It's not a hack of as I have my note. No, it's hacking your mobile number as directly you get from the operators. What they're hacking is an account.
And tonight we bring you updates on youth traffic amid government order for the closure of old railway line bridge for renovation.
We're glad for the moment where they don't close the bridge too, because the way the bridge will be very risky.
Sierra Leone's Minister of Transport and Aviation has outlined plans to strengthen cooperation with Gabon in the areas of maritime transport, aviation and land transportation as both countries deepen bilateral relations. The discussions focused on expanding port infrastructure to accommodate larger vessels, enhancing maritime safety along coastal waters, promoting the blue economy, and advancing an air service agreement to improve connectivity between the two nations. Let's hear from AYV's Mohamed Bakar Kamara in this report, which was filmed by Fodi Fufana.
At a high-level roundtable meeting, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, together with Chief Minister, the Minister of Transport and Aviation, and other senior government officials engaged the Gabonese delegation on key areas of mutual interest aimed at strengthening bilateral and diplomatic relations. During the meeting, the Minister of Transport and Aviation highlighted Sierra Leone's commitment to modernizing its transport sector.
One of the best natural ports within the South region, and that's another area which we would love to collaborate and see how we can, for us it's relevant to see how we can enlarge the port and allow much more vessels to come to Freetown, especially bigger vessels, etc., etc. And in terms of land transportation, we are focusing also on two areas. The mass movement of our people from not only within the capital city, but also between towns and then villages within the country. So we can share our expertise in those areas as well and see how we can collaborate and also deepen our relationship. And we are also trying to move as well from the use of diesel to especially e-vehicles as well. So that's another area that we are collaborating. And finally, the use of train for mass movement and also movement of logistics. So those are the areas, some of the key areas that I think we can collaborate with.
Responding on behalf of the Gabonese delegation, the Minister of Transport, Merchant Navy, welcomed the discussions, described them as a significant step towards deepening diplomatic ties and expanding cooperation. He noted that stronger collaboration in trade, transport, and other strategic sectors will create new opportunities for investment.
Passe nécessairement, bien sûr, par les transports. Il se trouve que
any effort to strengthen ties must necessarily go through transport at a time when we are looking to intensify relations between our countries. This is the right moment to encourage exchanges That will allow us to open trade and connect key sectors from one country to another. This is especially fitting because Gabon has just equipped itself with a new national transport company. This company can now play its role in warming up the regional trade axis between our nations. We can now explore another avenue, since Gabon and partner countries share membership in the Gulf of Guinea, and both have a direct coastline facing the Atlantic Ocean. It will be beneficial for us to jointly explore common solutions in the maritime transport and airport connectivity as well.
Là aussi, par voie maritime, nous pourrions procéder à...
The engagement reflects the growing commitment of Sierra Leone and Gabon to build a stronger and more productive partnership. The outcomes of these discussions also signal a shared determination to promote sustainable development and regional integration for mutual benefit of both countries. Mohamed Bakar Kamara, AYV News.
A devastating fire incident has reduced the Jeskamak 1 entertainment complex along Regents Road in Lumley, west of Freetown, to ashes, leaving owners and workers counting heavy losses. The cause of the fire remains unknown. Frustrated residents say repeated calls for assistance from the National Fire Force went unanswered as the flames continued to spread and destroy properties. Our reporter, George Bartolo Powell, has the story filed by Joseph Conte.
What you are seeing in the background is currently a fire incident occurring here at Lumley Regents Road. No life slots yet. As you can see, people are currently struggling. The blaze is really high. A lot of people right now running through to ensure the properties are not lost.
What began as an ordinary morning quickly turned into a nightmare. It all began around 11 a.m. Thick smoke and towering flames engulfed the Jeskamak 1 entertainment complex, leaving residents and business owners in shock. As the fire intensified, emotions ran high, with some people breaking down in tears, while others desperately rushed to salvage whatever they could from the burning building. No lives were lost, but the level of destruction left behind is dramatic. The cause of the blaze remains unknown.
These are just coming in the bone soup. Basically, as you can see, these are sand service. The fire just burst out somewhere. We don't even have electricity now. When other things happen, we just burst out, flame begin come up. Fire begin shout. All of us are the place. Now, personal idea presently. Also, I see beaucoup of people on the place.
Na my property, me and my husband. So like I say, well, I go buy other things them. I just don't buy, I go with me motor car. Now they call me, say me place the bone. So I just give us. I just can down the motor cars, let them go the load. Me take bike a candy. The five you are even transfer to the other big house. They already don't transfer to the other house when I'm money. And your small sister in house. Because everything them pull na door. Everything, just imagine possible they go buy market and come, I get toilet seats, I get PVC, I get tiles there, inside we go see the tiles there. Then I even get build some clothes and build the materials there.
Well, I be there banda, so now I see smoke the car up. So by the time I see the fire where the blaze the car up, so myself now I run a camp, I came up now step to land, I see the kid and dinner powder, I take the boy picking and the girl picking, and run with it, I come out there. From there, I go rescue them. Then I come back again now for fed for go. Able help for food in things there. Because the fire be too much. But the youth man that they really try their level best, really. They try. They really show say they get love for the community people there.
With no fire engine in sight, determined youths formed buckets of water and made frantic attempts to contain the blaze, risking their own safety in a desperate effort to save the business.
A lot of eyewitnesses complained that after reaching out to the National Fire Force, they did not come at the scene.
Residents expressed deep disappointment, claiming the National Fire Force failed to respond despite repeated calls for help. Many believe a quicker response could have reduced the extent of the damage.
We call Fire Force, they not come. We call them, they're not able to come.
See the building bond on Fire Force, if you reach yourself. That to store building bond on so.
The OC born will call Abadin say for call headquarter. For what call for 6 years, okay, say the youth man and begin Otifanarius.
AYV made efforts to get a response from officials of the National Fire Force regarding the allegations that they failed to respond, but they were unavailable for comment at the time this report was filed. Owners and victims of the fire are now appealing to the government, humanitarian organizations, and compassionate Sierra Leoneans for support as they begin the difficult task of rebuilding their lives and livelihoods.
We need help because just imagine which time you get your business, everything go, your house, everything burned down. So we need help. We need great help.
Investigations into the cause of the fire are ongoing. Results following the form will be reported subsequently. George Batulo Powell, AYV News, Freetown.
Now, as online fraud becomes increasingly common in Sierra Leone, experts are urging the public to distinguish between a hacked WhatsApp account and a compromised mobile money wallet. They say fraudsters often exploit stolen WhatsApp accounts to impersonate victims and trick family members and friends into sending money. Earlier on Wake Up Sierra Leone, AYV's Victor Jones and Alimatu George spoke to the Minister of Communication, Innovation and Technology, Salima Ba.
To because something will be battling to be able to communicate. So when people think about these hacks, it's not a hack of your mobile number of itself. It's not a hack of as I have my note. No, it's hacking your mobile number as directly you get from the operators. What they're hacking is an account. It's an app. It's an application, specific application. There could be a situation where you're hacked, your WhatsApp account is hacked, but your number is running. Regular, if you call directly, that's not hacked. So I think it's important to make that, and that understanding is there. Nobody's hacking the mobile money, your mobile money wallet. Nobody's hacking or going directly into your mobile money wallet and withdrawing money from there. None of that is happening. What we're seeing is a hack of WhatsApp. And I think to understand that is to understand how WhatsApp operates. WhatsApp operates, they use your mobile number, in essence, as your unique identification. There's as your username. That's what WhatsApp, that's the WhatsApp operation all over the world, right? So when you want to sign up to WhatsApp, you use your mobile number, they send you a unique identification code, so you text through text message, so they're able to verify. And by the way, that's the reason why they do that. When they want to verify, they're not texting your WhatsApp, they're texting you through SMS, because that is never hacked, right? So they send you the unique verification code to your text message, and that is the number people give out. So for example, you can choose to transfer your WhatsApp account to different phones. Anytime you do that, they will ask you for that verification code, which they send as a text message to your mobile. Because by the way, you can have your WhatsApp account on a phone that is not what you use for not your line is. For example, I can have, if you have a separate number, you can have it on this phone, but I have a separate number that runs on it. So you can do that. So WhatsApp allows that. It's during that verification process. So if I know your number now, I can want to sign up, register it on the WhatsApp account. What WhatsApp does is to send the verification code to text message to the number owner. This is what people do now. They call the people, they play on the thing to say, such as you say, people not being savvy to say, and sometimes they don't do direct, they don't say, give me your WhatsApp code. They say, oh, you're meant, usually what we see is, oh, join a meeting, or I sent you a code, but I can't access it. Can you please read it back to me? The moment you do that, you're giving them the code, which they now use to register your WhatsApp account, and they now send a message. And the reason why they're doing that, by the way, is to get access to your contact list, and to also to be able to impersonate you. Because if I've taken over your WhatsApp account and I send messages to your contacts, people assume it's coming from me. So in terms of what, and I think this is the first line of defense, it's the most important defense, is for people to be aware of how the scam operates and to have pointers of what to look out for. And there's several. Number one, if a number of contacts that you have who normally would not ask you for money, would not ask you for help, would not ask you for food, all of a sudden, this person who you would not expect to ask you for money asks you, should be one alarm bell. Alarm bell should go off. immediately. A second alarm bell which should go off is when you read these messages, usually the same kind of tone. Oh, I've reached my limit. Oh, I was trying to send money to somebody. Oh, can you help me do? It's usually around that same, generic tones, right? That's one. So immediately you should be alert. And thirdly, what's most significant people should be aware of is when they send this message, they don't say send it to the number of the person you know. They usually say send it to this third-party number. And why they do that is because they don't have control over the mobile money account of the number that they've taken over through WhatsApp. So that's why they will say, oh, I was trying to send it to this other person, send it to this other number. So these three things, if a number that somebody who is in your contact who would normally not ask you for money, asks you for money, one alarm bell should go off. The message is usually then generic. I'm stranded, somebody, I was trying to send money to somebody, I've hit my limits, something of that sort. Second alarm bell should go off. Most crucially, alarm bell should go off if they're asking you to send it to another number. They're not asking you to send it to the number you know, they're asking you to send it to us, this third-party number. I think those three things people should look out for immediately. And one simple thing I would believe everybody can do to ensure that they don't fall victim to these scams is to verify. Don't verify by calling them through WhatsApp, verify by calling them directly. Because obviously if you call them through WhatsApp, the person has control over the WhatsApp. Verify, quick verification to say, hey, call the person, say, hey, so-and-so, was that you? I think those things, if people do, they'll be able to prevent themselves and ensure they don't fall victim to these scams.
After more than a year of repeated public concern and calls for government intervention, authorities have finally turned attention to the deteriorating old railway line bridge at Brookfields. The Sierra Leone Roads Authority has ordered its immediate closure after an inspection found severe structural damage, declaring the bridge unsafe for use. The decision has diverted thousands of motorists and commuters onto neighboring routes, triggering heavy traffic congestion across parts of Freetown. Daniel Bob Fobi filmed whilst AYV's Mariama Tomei did a follow-up story, and here's the report.
For years, residents, motorists and the media have raised concerns over the condition of the old railway line bridge at Brookfields. Cracks, corroded steel and signs of structural weakness had become increasingly visible. No one followed up. However, following a recent technical inspection, the Sierra Leone Roads Authority has announced the immediate closure of the bridge effective August 1st. Engineers found significant deterioration in critical structural components, making it unsafe for use. The bridge will remain closed until rehabilitation or reconstruction works are completed.
I'm standing at the old railway line bridge here at Brookfields, now completely closed to both motorists and pedestrians. This bridge has served generations of Sierra Leoneans for years and was originally part of the country's historic railway network before converted into a road bridge after the railway system ceased operations. Today, access is completely closed as authorities say the structure has deteriorated beyond safe limits, leaving thousands of commuters to depend on already congested alternative routes.
CSF is glad for the moment where they don't close the bridge, so because the way the bridge been there, be very risky. Because you find out say people are even there under there where they dwell there, you know. And if you go under there, you go find out see the bridge don't crack. Now what do up here make you know they know see the bridge don't crack down there. When you go down there, you know see the bridge don't crack. So for government to part, at least they don't do well for stop the motor for now until they repair the bridge. So not a bad thing.
Not say the bridge are not blocky boko, but the bridge are in need of renovation because we like also now need to do business. You understand? Because the bridge are not crack the two sides will crack at the bridge. You understand? Because the pillar we down to the water. You understand? Because a clay ground because the water don't eat the pillar. So they need for camp, then dig that place there. They dig and say they lost the clay ground. They begin concrete there. They make the bridge. They stake the bridge now to make Usek access. To make Usek do business at this road.
Since the closure took effect, traffic has intensified on neighboring routes, including Savage Street Bridge, Kintong, King Haman Road, Jomo Kenyatta Road, Hillcourt, and other connecting roads, with commuters reporting longer commuting time during peak hours. While many residents say the closure is necessary, To prevent a possible tragedy, they also believe the action should have come much earlier.
Not so the motor then they boil the bridge. Now the water. Alex, if they don't block the motor, them the water they continue they mine the bridge because the repair where the bridge need. Therefore, make it so like how they make some water. That means say therefore throw then heavy stone them, they make mortar, then plant iron rod there. Where it be say this water where they ride now pan tap the concrete for the ride. Because of if na dig you dig go down inside 5 years the water they dig am back to any level where you dig. I like some people let me they near this water where then dig up to 6-7 feet for make them foundation. That 5-6 years we don't pass, it don't make all the foundation don't naked. What Chavez Street, that new bridge where they don't build. Because of the not spread concrete, where it be saying and pan tap the concrete, the water they ride, it don't begin to mine the bridge. All them place the way them in the side of the bridge, like how this collapses exactly. Now so they back collapse. And at the same contractor the way maker and then make them place then they.
SLRA says the closure is purely a precautionary measure to protect lives and property while plans for rehabilitation or reconstruction are undertaken. But the question is, when will intervention methods be realized? When will the bridge be completed?
Block the bridge now, one. And we need to make the bridge now. Because we say for to do business at this whole railway line, it affects we. Because the way they run, we say they will do business. Like one the people they run now, they don't say we do business now. Two people they do business now. But so what they run guys now, it affects we guys now. You understand? Adamic. But government need for come the bridge now. The big government and come the bridge from now. Say to next month when they come the bridge.
Let you pass around, then you go to that service to get the traffic force in the. So that we passenger can say the one kind of railway line, you therefore, go the extra mile for go pass around back. Then they're not going to even pay you the kind of money back way you're supposed to get. But we really distilling actually, we really distilling. And we the place say they will can fix them as soon as possible.
We will not expect them for stay too long again for let them repair the bridge because say this is a road where people they use frequently for go different side them. So they expect them for go as fast as possible.
The closure marks a significant step in addressing long-standing safety concerns surrounding one of Freeton's aging bridges. However, with traffic congestion worsening across nearby communities, many residents are now looking beyond the closure itself, hoping rehabilitation work will begin soon. Maria Matomi, AYV News, Freetown.
The 5% rice import duty was introduced under the 2024 Finance Act to generate revenue for agricultural development through the government's Feed Salon initiative. According to the policy brief, the levy generated more than 365 million leones between 2024 to 2025. However, it says only 3.19 million leones was transferred to the Agricultural Development Fund, raising concerns about funding for the sector.
The 365.5 million leones that they generated from the 5% import duty on rice, 31.9% that went to the Agricultural Development Fund, and that is 9% of that 365. So it remains 91% was not transferred.
One recommendation that for the Ministry of Finance transfer all the import duty revenue where we will not see the get money. Let it transfer all that revenue, all that money to the Agricultural Development Fund.
The report says the funding gap has particularly affected women farmers who continue to face difficulties accessing land, finance, farming inputs, extension services, and markets. It also notes that higher rice prices have placed additional pressure on many households.
Coming to this 5%, where the Ministry of
Finance okay?
Yes, in the area, and then on paper, and then on radio, and then on social media in the area. But
study recommends that all revenue from the levy be transferred to the Agricultural Trust Fund every quarter, and that at least 30% be earmarked for programs supporting women farmers.
But we spend so much. Government is spend $400 million for import, agricultural things there. That means government will take plenty money for send outside for go build other people like farmers their pockets. So the reverse trend now, if this money will be saved, it doesn't mean all come to agriculture, but now government gets money from the import tax for solve other critical issues them where they affect also, we own smallholder farmers there because
the policy commitment we a honourable minister dey give the parliament is say the government of Sierra Leone dey ring-fence that amount, and given that government commitments, priorities are competing, then they go inside the TSA. But at the end of the day, other issues that they come up where they require government financial commitment. So those resources have to be taken and transferred. Those resources have to be diverted in addressing some of those commitments.
Researchers say greater transparency and targeted investment will be essential to ensure the revenue generated delivers tangible benefits for agriculture and rural livelihoods. Yero Jallo, AYV News Freetown.
Now let's join our judicial correspondent for latest in the courts.
Sierra Leone's High Court has sentenced 2 more people to 15 years imprisonment each, with the option of a fine after they were convicted in a child marriage case. The sentencing comes 2 years after President Julius Maada Bio signed the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act into law, making Sayo Mara, Lansana Kura, Saliu Kamara, and Abubakar Kamara the first people convicted under the legislation. Justice Magegba sentenced Sayo Mara to 15 years imprisonment or a fine of 100,000 new leones for contract and marriage with a 17-year-old girl. Abubakar Kamara was sentenced to 15 years imprisonment or a fine of 50,000 new leones for aiding and abetting child marriage. Earlier, the court handed similar 15-year sentences to Lansana Kura and Saliu Kamara for related offenses. Meanwhile, at Paremba Road Magistrate Court No. 1, the alleged fraud case involving Adma Abiyo and Dauda Jallo continued, with evidence from the prosecution's third witness, Detective Inspector Abubakar Hassan of the Criminal Investigations Department. The witness told the court that both accused were questioned and later charged with offenses including conspiracy to defraud, obtaining money by false pretenses, money laundering, conspiracy to rob, receiving and altering forged documents, selling minerals without a license, and tax evasions. Their statements and other exhibits, including flight tickets presented by the second accused, were tendered in evidence. At the close of the prosecution's case, defense counsel Nicole Wilson informed the court that he had intended to make a no-case submission under Section 113, Subsection 8 of the Criminal Procedure Act 2024, arguing that the defendants have no case to answer. Magistrate Mustafa Gwamaja adjourned the matter for the no-case submission and ordered the prosecution to file its response. The matter has been adjourned to the 10th of August 2026 for another hearing. The case continues.
This is Primetime News on AYV TV and radio. Stay tuned for more stories after the break.
Wetin you be dey fend don finally come. We don't bring am with AfriCell loyalty program, where they make you get loyalty points with every top-up what you do with AfriCell.
The more you top up, the more points you go get, where you can now exchange for minutes, data, phones, discounts, and even cashback.
In on top though, you can also gain points with every transaction what you do with Afri Money. Any top-up what you do with AfriCell, they count.
Dial star 4232 hash for join the loyalty program for free and start for get you points now. The more you connect, the more you collect now the loyalty program from AfriCell.
AfriCell, now we network.
Welcome back. I am Hani Yangsin and this is AYV's Primetime News. Thank you for joining us tonight. Let's take more stories. The Commissioner of the National Youth Commission has marked 1 year in office, outlining what the Commission describes as key achievements in achieving youth development across Sierra Leone. He says that while the program had taken 3 years to reach its previous milestone, his administration has, within just 1 year, supported 4,000 out of 8,000 young people under the CPRS project. AYV's Issa Bangura report with visual by Emmanuel Sawyer.
1 year in office, a period the leadership of the National Youth Commission says has been defined by transformation, institutional strengthening, and focus on the aspiration of young people. At a press conference marking the 4th anniversary of the Commissioner's leadership, officials presented what described as key gains made over the past 12 months.
We have introduced 2 landmark projects. The CPRS project, empowering youth with maritime skills and creating jobs in a new sector. Government of Sierra Leone also approved the rebranding and revamping of the Obasanjo Skills Training College, positioning Obasanjo as a beacon of technical excellence. The Productive Social Safety Net and Youth Empowerment Project stands as a life-changing initiative. When my bishop was in the room, the project staff said, 1 year before now, 1 year ago, they had a target of 8,000 beneficiaries to give grants to. I'm assuming in this office, nobody has ever received grant before me coming in. And today, 1 year down the line, at that time they have implemented for 3 years. In 1 year, I have supported 4,000 out of 8,000 young people. And in the next 3 weeks, we'll achieve the 8,000.
The Commissioner also highlighted efforts to improve institutional coordination and strengthen partnerships with government ministries, development partners, civil society organizations, and the private sector. According to the Commission, these partnerships have been critical in mobilizing resources and creating opportunities for young people across the country.
I want to use the opportunity on behalf of the leadership of the Commission, Mr. Board Chairman, to officially hand you over the first year counting the games, transformational leadership, advancing institutional achievement for youth development, which is our annual report. In this report, there are gains, there are lessons learned, there are challenges, there are recommendations.
I've had good results, I've had good reports, and we want to join the people that are around here, and also on behalf of the board, we want to thank you and we'll continue supporting you.
For the National Youth Commission, counting the gains is not only about reflecting on achievement, but also about setting the pace for the next phase of youth focused on development as they look ahead to more progress. Issa Bangura, AYV News, Freetown.
Now, the United Nations Development Programme UNDP Sierra Leone is hosting a high-level delegation from UNDP Lesotho on a 4-day South-South learning mission. The visit focuses on Sierra Leone's government development financing model, which has drawn international attention for its innovative approach to supporting government-led development and improving public service delivery. Joseph Adumambu reports while Daniel Fobi captured the footage.
The delegation from Lesotho is in Sierra Leone to study how UNDP has developed a unique partnership model with the government of Sierra Leone through its Government Development Financing Initiative. The approach enables government institutions to implement development priorities more effectively by leveraging UNDP's financial management, procurement systems, and technical expertise to accelerate service delivery.
What we do is we bring some resources, of course, yes, but what we do is that we look at government's development agenda and then we bring our global expertise, our advisory services, help government to have alternative policy options, bring our global LTA long-term agreements and systems to support government to deliver on their mandate, right? And these models are very unique models. We don't do that in all country offices. Some country offices are doing that, and yet Sierra Leone is one of the first countries to do it in this region in this way.
Operating in nearly 170 countries and territories, the UNDP works to end poverty, reduce inequality, strengthen democratic governance, build resilience, and support countries in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. For the visiting delegation, the mission provides an opportunity to explore how Sierra Leone has adapted these global development objectives into nationally owned financing and implementation model. The UNDP Lesotho Deputy Country Representative says the learning visit offers valuable lessons that could help strengthen development programming and institutional partnerships in Lesotho.
What really catch our attention is the government is not a recipient of development, but also a funder of their own development. They have their own resources, and then they are funding their development. And UNDP is coming with its machinery and implementing effectively and efficiently.
Across the world, financial resources from donors are diminishing. The delegation says the experience in Sierra Leone underscores the importance of government taking ownership of their development agenda while ensuring that development partners align their support with national priorities. Chair of Lesotho's Public Account Committee in Parliament says the visit is helping the delegation rethink strategies for mobilizing domestic resources and improving the effectiveness of development financing back home.
For so many reasons, as we know, UNDP has so many advantages. One, in bringing the cost of what we want to procure can be 2 times down to if we procure it ourselves as government. So that is a leverage that the government used here, which is what we want to take back home, because we are in the same crisis. We have little resources, so we have to know how to use them effectively.
For the visiting delegation, the exchange is expected to strengthen collaboration between the two country offices while demonstrating how locally driven solutions can be adapted across Africa. Joseph Adumambu, AYV News, Freetown.
The government of Sierra Leone says it is strengthening technical and vocational education and training to equip young people with practical skills for employment and entrepreneurship. Officials say the reforms are part of wider efforts to boost economic growth and address youth unemployment. The story was filed by Christosha Williams with visuals by Daniel Phoebe.
The government says expanding technical and vocational education remains central to its strategy for developing a skilled workforce. Deputy Minister of Technical and Higher Education, Sajo Aziz Kamara, contextualized it.
We try for development for ensure that they're fully equipped. You get what they call demand-led skills training. And also, government cannot do it all because it's about being skilled and being employed. We don't draw in the private sector, the industries into the room. So we work with World Bank, with the EU and the private sector. Because even when you talk about technical institutes, there are more private technical institutes than there are public. There are more industries privately owned than government where they create jobs. But then the industries they are able for so ensure they're able to get people then we get the requisite skills.
About 22% of the national budget is allocated to education annually.
So when we talk about education, not to just universities, so we get the government technical institutes and where they are mandate directly and for skills training around the growth sectors there. We got 16 districts currently. When we can, we make sure we try to make functional then government technical institutes that we're currently in are 10 districts then. We get 11, cannot get 2. But because people get this attraction of certification of degree, we ensure we transform them technical institutes there to community colleges to open up access. So if you want to move, you go to Kailan district, you go to Kailan, you get a skill, we go ensure you become functional without moving.
The national coordinator of the civil society movement Sierra Leone, Juliet Anderson, called for increased investment in training centers and qualified instructors.
Position the textbook a central pillar for development. It's very essential for national progress. But again, when you say you transform with the people, transform with the equipment, transform with the materials. Are all these in place? All of them in place? And then what about the tutors then? When they transform the tutors then, they get the necessary training, they get the capacity.
The government says continued investment in technical and vocational education will help prepare young people for employment while supporting the country's long-term workforce and development needs. Christosha Williams, AYV News, Freetown.
Now in sport, Sierra Leone's league runners-up Star Sports Academy have been drawn against Gambian champions Medina United FC in the preliminary round of the 2026-2027 Total Energies CAF Champions League. This matchup represents Star Sports Academy's debut in Africa's most prestigious club competition, an exciting milestone as they embark on their quest for continental success. Meanwhile, Sierra Leone's FA Cup winners Eastern Lions FC are set to face Côte d'Ivoire AF Amadou Diallo FC in the preliminary round of the 2026-2027 Total Energies CAF Confederation Cup. The Lions will be aiming to make a strong impression as they seek to advance further in the tournament and showcase Sierra Leonean football talent on the African stage. Also, Sierra Leone's under-19 men's cricket team has departed Freetown to participate in the 2026 ICC under-19 men's cricket World Cup Africa Division 2 qualifier in Kigali, Rwanda. The week-long tournament will bring together 6 nations: Uganda, Mozambique, Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, and host Rwanda. Sierra Leone will open their campaign in the qualifier on Sunday against Ghana. According to Cricket Sierra Leone media, the top 3 teams from the African Division 2 regional qualifier will advance to the Africa Division men's qualification stage. Well, that's all for Primetime News tonight. For more stories, visit our website at www.ayvnews.com. If you have any comments on the news, please send us an email to info@ayvnews.com. I am Hannah Yangson. Many thanks for watching and listening. Good night.
You're watching AYV Television.